Hello good peoples and welcome back to Itchy. Nobody's happy that Iosa is dead and everybody thinks I did it. And as Dan has said, the Alpha Strike is now in countdown. As before, if you want to read what they're actually saying, it's probably best just to pause it. This is not my first attempt at recording this because I've cut it far too fine with the amount of experience I picked up in previous levels. Damn it. And as such, it's quite difficult for me to actually reach the pacifist ending from here. Don't muck about with this. You need your points. You see, as I've said repeatedly, I need all my points of Tazen, Kamato and Crack. Yeah, they're quite frightened about the fact that Iosa the Invincible is dead. Also, meet the Sky Smasher. It's a flying turret. Ah, nearly made it through unharmed. And to quote the game's creator, Daniel Lamar, no one likes the Sky Smashers. Ash's orders. Basically, everybody find me, everybody kill me. And the assassin's orders, what the hell is Asher on about? He's a lunatic and he's just gone... He's completely obsessed with killing me, mostly because I beat him, and he is the poster boy for pride being a mortal sin. Thankfully, my nanofield can take acid rain. I'm going to take a detour up here. Kill that Sky Smash. They only have 1 HP. Like a turret. Ah! Whew. Grab the MPFB, that's... Okay, that turret is thankfully wiping everyone out. That's convenient. I'm better at ducking than they are. Stop that. You too. Bye. Okay, this way. I'm very glad that one actually broke. Come here. Whew. Anyway, as you saw there, we opened the blast door. We'll see what it means by blast doors in a minute. I've gone the wrong way, haven't I? Yeah, this is not how you get out. I need to be down here, I think. This right here is a generator, and it is blocking a door which I need to go through. And it says, you know who is guarding one of the terminals. That would be Asher. And if I don't do this the pacifist way, I'm going to have to fight him. And that is the very nearly unavoidable fight that makes pacifist in this game so difficult. You see, Asher can't really be reasoned with, and unlike others where I got someone else to do it, I can't have someone else just wipe out so it doesn't count as my kill. Also, important detail here, my gun is a Kamato General Generation 2 preloader, Tazen built replica thereof, which is why I don't do the drawing in lines before I fire. Ichi's gun prepares my ammunition before I get ready. And this is very important, this is how I can reboot my own nanofield and redistribute my stats, which I've mentioned more than a few times and I'm going to have to do. Yep, Asher is incredibly pissed about how much honor he's lost to the fact that he lost to me. Anyway, let's get cracking. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And my own nanofield is now bust. Fortunately, I can put the points into cracking, Tazen weaponry, and Kamato weaponry. And I can pick these up. And now, I can be in passive mode by mistake. I can combine the MPFB Devastator, the ultimate Kamato weapon, Tazen weapon, with the CFIS Cyclonic Fusion Ignition System, the ultimate Kamato weapon, to make the Velocithor V210. And if you're very observant, or you just remember me saying it, I also had one of these. It hurts like a bitch. Now, this is a very important weapon, because, unlike every other weapon in the game, it shoots clean through walls. Now we don't have to meet Asher. And that is why, in order to be a pacifist, you need to make the world's ultimate weapon. A pacifist is more heavily armed than any other kind of player. And with that done, I can finally put my stats in things that help. Unfortunately, because I've cracked my field, I don't get health from raising my health, so that's just there so you can't instantly max your stats out like that, or your health out at any point you want. Cracking is still useful because it lets me open doors, and I'm going to put it into strength so I can kick through doors. Now I get more temporary invulnerability, I only take 1 damage from attacks. The game just got so much easier. I lost all my weapons, but who cares? I've not shot anyone.
Come here!
I'm not out to kill. I don't need weapons now that I've got that. Hey look! A door! I can kick through any door. I can get more experience, but I don't need it so much. Uh, 25? Okay. Hey look, that's where Asher is. I'm not gonna bother. Yep, this whole area down here is somewhere I don't have to be because Asher isn't going to get his rematch. I'm sure he'll be completely understanding about the fact that his greatest rival, who he dedicated himself to killing, basically went nah and walked off. This will definitely sit well with a person who is consumed by pride. And everyone who's been leaving those logs about how to create cracked weapons has been arrested. For once, something went wrong and it's not my fault. Details about what generals have, including they carry a phantom hammer, which, if you recall, was the weapon that fired through several kilometers of rocks, and we learn is what killed Helsari, leader of the Tazen, and the one who Crotera took over from. Jesus Christ. Hooray! See this checkpoint, it's the second checkpoint in the level. That's useful for an Easter egg of sorts. I'll explain that one in a later video. I'm going to be doing a bonus video after this. Yep. The Kamato are still not quite in agreement over a lot of things. I wonder if I found that there's a brilliant log somewhere of one of them freaking out about you, which varies depending on whether you're a killer or not. If you're a killer, they're obviously frightened about the fact you're killing everyone. If you're a pacifist, they're worried about the fact that you're still picking up ammunition and at some point will presumably weigh enough you'll form a black hole. Also, because I found that hidden terminal, I can do this. I can be an annihilator. Worth it just for that. If you walk through the wall and they see an annihilator attacking, they scream Sirataka. Ow. Bye. Ow. I hope these don't count as my kills. I mean, I'm not actually piloting it anymore. No, I'm pretty sure some people have died, but it doesn't count as me. Bye! Best pacifist. Let's check that again now. There's definitely been enough time for kills. Whoops, that's my meta stats. Actually, no, that is correct. Okay. Meet the Gauntlet. Or we would meet the Gauntlet if it weren't for the fact that I've nearly maxed... Oh, I have maxed out, this is just a nearly maxed out door. My cracking stat. Let's skip part of the Gauntlet.
Come here!
I'd rather not come here. It's plainly not good. Ow. Ah! Well timed, turret. No. I could get more experience now, but why? I've already maxed out every stat that I care about as a pacifist. Oh, that's an MBFB Devastator. Well, I obviously just care because I'm a gamer. It assumed that would be rather more stressful than it was. The Massacre. This is one of the 3 secret weapons in the game. It fires my armor. And it's unaffected by attack, so again, there's no point to me getting more experience. Assassin and Saxi left this for me because I have never killed anyone at all. And Saxi will help you if you have less kills than her. Specifically, that's 35, or 1... Is it 1 per sec? It's some number per sector you can kill in order to still count as pacifistic enough. Like, you haven't gone full out, you just potentially just killed a few who you couldn't find a way out to get out of fighting. But if you've killed nobody at all, then Ansaxi will leave this for you. This is the gun she was using during the fight with Iosa. Violence is a tool that should be used sparingly but with utmost force. I didn't kill Iosa, you killed Iosa. Alright. Let's head on up to General Tor. And some of Tor's logs. Here we are. Tor immediately knew that the report was fake. Global scanning doesn't actually exist, it's just propaganda. Except because he was the one who got the report, it was up to him whether or not anyone found out that Tazen lived here. And it was Iosa who persuaded him to reveal it. If there's anything you don't have, here it is. Yes, this is New Game Plus only. This door to the left. Let's give it a look at least. What these are saying briefly. Do not mess with that terminal. This sets General Tor to a harder mode. And the game does have an Easter egg. If you're playing on Ultimortal difficulty, and you set it to hard mode, and you win, then Tor's ending dialogue has changed, and he'll actually beg for mercy because you're that powerful. It's probably the single hardest thing you can do in the entire game is to do that. I've not done it. I've beaten him on Ultimortal, not hard mode Ultimodal. I'm not going to be turning it to hard mode. And look, we just got a upgraded weapon without cracking it, which is handy because I don't actually have the stuff you need to make it. But what this does, as it said there's a resonance reflector, it sends projectiles back. And these logbooks are very interesting. These list your kills of Taser and Kamado. They list the names and home planets and birthdays of every Taser and Kamado. Every single enemy in the game, every one of them, has an internally listed unique name. It's not randomly generated or anything. It's always the exact same name, birthday, etc. Every one of them. And this would also include, had I been a complete bastard and shot the soldier in Sector 3, Tor? I forget her name again, she doesn't ever write it, but the girlfriend of the diary writer, Major, for instance. Fortunately, completely blank both of them. And Dan's making a run for it. I mean, the Kamato are clearing out because they're intending to alpha strike the place. And whoopsie daisies, Asher took it so badly that I brushed him off that he killed himself. Asher, like Iosa, is not somebody who can be around for a happy ending. Yeah, screw you, buddy. Well, she's optimistic. Also, this makes Ansaxi the first Taisen or Kamato to know Ichi's name. Hence everyone calling her a human anomaly. As I noted, Ichi's gun is a Gen 2 nanogun. The Gen 3 nanogun, in fact, I mentioned this before. If Iosa is alive, she'll show up in the end credits and shoot you in the back and kill you, because she's got a Gen 3 gun to do that. It goes straight through your nanofield and kills you regardless of anything. And here's our one hope. Generals aren't really intended to be frontline fighters as such. They're basically artillery. Because, you know, you don't want the general to be in the front. So he's going to have a little bit of difficulty hitting a human-sized target. Now if we keep poking her, past the point where she's got a unique dialogue, a malfunctioning translator. As I also mentioned in the previous area, if you find Yuka Bachare and kill him, you'll get the Scrambler, which replaces all dialogue. Talk to her with the Scrambler on, and she'll tell you how to activate the harder than Ultimortal difficulty, which is actually literally impossible. But hey, you can give it a go. Oh dear, this negotiation has got off to a poor start. Yeah, this is basically just a government gets into power by drumming up anti-Tasan sentiment, and then there's so much anti-Tasan sentiment they can't actually do anything but hunt the Tasan. Commando society basically continues on rolling because they exist on this idea of wiping out their enemy. Here we go. Look at his health bars. Oh, bollocks. That's a good start. Oh, Jesus Christ. That is a charge of the Phantom Hammer. If he manages to get 3 of those off without me reflecting them, then he'll be able to fire the Phantom Hammer. Which not only kills you, it completely sets all your stats to 0. It completely erases Itchy from existence. Ah! Jesus Christ, I timed that badly. I'd managed to deflect it, but not hit him. Ah! I've got to remember to stick to the left, so I can get ready for that. The split missile. It's been so long since I fought Tor. If you manage to hit him, he drops 2 health, which is nice. Whoa! That's "You're fighting death, human," if you can't make it out through his incredibly deep bass voice. Oh, you jerk! He's got 1 charge up. That was unfortunate timing on that split shot hitting me. Oh dear. Ah! Oh my good lord, I'm bad at this. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be one of my first try type of fights. I've got to get the timing on that reflection down, if nothing else. It's useless, human, you're fighting death. Yeah, the reflector's got more range than I think it does. Okay, if I can pull that off. Uh-oh! Ow. This one I don't like because I can't quite tell where will be safe. Okay. Oh dear. Now it's not over if he gets 3 charges. He still has to actually fire it, and it can be dodged. Whew! Damn it! Oh dear. He's got 3 charge, which means he can fire it and will at some point. Yeah, you only get a warning for that once. Hang on. Oh lord. Oh lord. Did he miss or something? I thought he normally just fires the... Jesus Christ, Phantom Hammer when he gets that. This is going better than it should do. Oh, that was close. Ah! I am just clinging on here. I like this one. It reminds me of that attack Azrael has. Ah! Always jump too high for that. This is annoying in an area denial way, like Proximus attacks are annoying. I'm so glad I got the Resilience perk for reduced damage taken. Shocker Breaker, that's what it's called. There we go, middle hop. Whoa! Yeah! Clean run! He's down to half health. Whoo! Steady on, buddy. He did not manage to follow up that stomp. Another clean run! This is going great. Whee! Don't do that, buddy. Oh yeah, the massacre! Ow. I'll fire that next time. I completely forgot I had it. Massacre prepared. Nope. Paid for that. So did he though. Good lord, that did a lot of damage. This is the end. Ow. Yeah, I just took out a general. This one used to lag my game so hard. Like this animation here, this would take like 30 seconds. The 3 secret weapons in the game, Tor has a unique comment for each if you use them during the fight. He doesn't react well if you fired the Massacre. And that was Itchy. Yes, even the pacifist ending is not a cheerful one. But hey, at least for Itchy's sake, this is the pacifist ending plus Dan survived version. I'll join you again after the credits because there's going to be a song. It's Further, originally by V&V Nation. I think this cover is by a band called Life Force. It's about as depressing as the ending is, if you listen to the lyrics. So, once again, that was Itchy. I was an innocent, I was careless, I was an adept. The kills menu, it used to actually be different how it worked. Or at least what the names were. The names originally seemed to better reflect what Itchy thought of herself. Like, One Woman Army was still the highest rank, but getting between, I think it was 1 and 9 kills, instead of pacifistic, it was murderer. So better reflecting the killer, someone who kills but isn't really a killer. Anyway, the end credits, they vary quite a bit as well depending on how you played the game. For instance, an obvious example, the shot of the Tazen there, that only occurs if you manage to get an ending in which the Tazen compound survives. Like I said, it's entirely possible for IOs to have gone through and killed them all. Or the final shot of the children playing around the skeleton of the Annihilator's exosuit. If you were more of an aggressive player, they're wearing helmets and carrying weapons, and a general indication that Ichi is shaping what remains of humanity, it seems. But like I said, there is a billion-and-one things that can vary in this game. The game is free, and I highly recommend you go and play it and take your own approach to it. I'm intending to do one more video on it. I'm going to show off the second Asher fight, which I skipped in this. I'm not going to show off Protera because he's a Tazen elite basically, and some turrets come up. I'm going to show that off, and I'm also going to show off the mysterious and elusive Sector Z. But still, that was the main game of Ichi. I hope that in some way I've managed to get across what it is I love about this game, the versatility of the ways you can play, the sheer amount of adaptability. In a single playthrough, I can only tell you about some of the adaptability things. It's well worth it after you've played to go to Daniel Lamar's site and read about it, because there is a lot that changes and a lot of secrets and hidden details. You saw just in that last sector there was that area that I didn't manage to get to. If I'd had a nuke, I could have used the horizontal recoil from firing it to launch myself over the pit and work my way up there. There's a lot of stuff I didn't see in this playthrough. There's always going to be stuff you don't see because it's always down to how you built your character. How you built Ichi. But yes, thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you check this game out yourself, and I'll see you again next time. Thank you. Goodbye.